The sun hasn't even fully cleared the horizon yet. Your room is quiet. Your body is still heavy with sleep. But within seconds of opening your eyes, your hand reaches out. It's a reflex now. A magnetic pull toward that small, glowing rectangle on your nightstand. You tell yourself it's just to check the time, or maybe a quick glance at the weather. But then you see it. A red bubble, a notification, a headline. 10 minutes pass. You haven't even sat up yet, but your mind is already miles away, reacting to things that don't actually matter to you. You think you're just waking up? But in reality, you've just surrendered your cognitive sovereignty before your feet have even touched the floor. Those 10 minutes of scrolling didn't just pass by. They rewrote the script for the next 10 hours of your life. Psychologically, your brain is at its most vulnerable in the moments after you wake up. You are transitioning from delta and theta waves, the states of deep sleep and creativity, into alpha and beta waves, where you start to process the world. This transition is supposed to be a slow, intentional buildup. It's the loading screen of your consciousness. But when you scroll first thing in the morning, you are forcing your brain to skip the loading screen. You are injecting a massive artificial spike of dopamine into a system that was meant to find its own balance. Think of your attention like a clean, white canvas. When you wake up, that canvas is blank. You have the power to choose the first stroke of paint. But the moment you open an app, you're letting thousands of strangers' advertisers, angry strangers on Twitter, or your boss throw buckets of neon paint at your canvas. By the time you get out of bed, the canvas is already a mess. This is what psychologists call attention residue. Even after you put the phone down and start your day, a part of your brain is still stuck on that email you read. A part of you is still processing that negative comment you saw. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus and logic, becomes fragmented. You try to sit down to work or study 2 hours later, but you feel scattered. You feel an underlying sense of anxiety, a digital itch to check your phone again. That's because you've conditioned your brain to be reactive rather than proactive. You aren't a pilot anymore. You're a passenger in an aircraft controlled by an algorithm that doesn't care about your goals. We often wonder why we feel so exhausted by 2 p.m., even if we haven't done much hard work. The reason is that reacting is exhausting. Every time you scroll, you are making hundreds of tiny, micro decisions. Do I like this photo? Should I read this news story? How do I feel about this person's vacation? This drains your decision fatigue reservoir before your day has even begun. By the time you actually need to focus on something important, your brain is already running on fumes. You aren't lazy, you're just depleted. Reclaiming your sovereignty doesn't require a massive life overhaul. It starts with one simple, difficult boundary. Protect the first hour. Treat your morning mind like a sacred garden. Don't let the noise of the world in until you've had time to sit with yourself. Let your brain finish its loading screen. Walk, breathe, drink your coffee in the silence of your own thoughts. The world will still be there in 60 minutes. The notifications aren't going anywhere. But your ability to focus, your sense of peace, and your control over your own life, those are things you can't afford to lose. You have 1,440 minutes every single day. Don't let the first 10 ruin the rest. Take your power back, one morning at a time.